What's up, Drop Pod people? Ryan from the Drop here. Dr. Mike back in the Fortress of Solitude for our last ultimate episode here of the Physical Fitness Fridays. It's testing day, right? Mike and I have been talking about it. We tested. Episode 1 was all testing. We TPI tested. We strength tested. We did force plates and 4D motion. That was our whole testing that we did. Dr. Mike got all the numbers and all the stuff. And then we have been working on it, using those numbers, using that first test to, what's the word? Like wind through these workouts, right? Hey, we're going to work on this today, this today, this today.
Right.
Now today, retesting, see how those numbers have improved.
Absolutely. And like we were discussing beforehand, I expect to see some nice gains in strength and some of those numbers. Mm-hmm. Definitely from the force plates and the ground reaction. That's what we've been working on.
Yep.
Some of the swing stuff, it's up in the air. Again, that's mechanical.
Yeah.
So we just want to give you the capacity to be able to do it.
Right.
And then you can focus in and hold on
and go
some
work
of those,
on it.
Right. Actual swing characteristic type things. So I'm excited, man. You put in the work. I'm feeling good today.
Okay.
All right.
I don't want to wait any longer because the muscle relaxers that I've taken and the icy hot that I bathed in before I got here is going to wear off soon.
All right.
Let's hit it. Let's see how we do.
So when you made that adjustment, right? You're back on your middle heel. That's what we want. That force created. That peak lateral is before peak vertical. I'd like you to get a little bit more on your left, but what I'm just looking at in particular now is where your arms and your hands are. So when you're dropping down, see how you're holding that wrist angle better? Yeah. And as you're coming down, your club head is not drowning in the pool, that's what we call it. That's start to scoop a little bit more. I like your wrists a little bit flexed still. But see how you're coming down at the ball?
Yeah.
Like your hands are just there, whereas even though you hit it well on the first one, see how you start to get handsy?
Yep.
And at the same spot,
the scoop, yeah.
You're drowning a little bit now. So now you're coming.
Oh, look at that.
You see what I mean? So that's the difference of, and we're gonna notice that more on the 4D, but that's what I wanted, just to get you to drive more from the ground to the trunk, like using that elastic. And
I got it. My hands.
Yeah, but again, that's a little bit more mechanical, and that's something a golf coach can help you with, right? These are just some things I'm noticing, but you're creating force as well. You're getting there. You're timing it well. This is more like it. This is more like it. Less speed gain from the arm to the club, so less handsy. You're actually getting some speed from your chest to your arm, which is good. And actually, speed from the pelvis to chest is way higher than it was too. The speeds overall are still not as fast maybe as they could be, but they're more proportionate, if that makes sense. So each segment is doing more of what it's supposed to do.
Mike, as we saw, as a little bit in the camera, and then as you and I kept talking, like everything got so much better.
It really did.
And I'm still all strapped in. Like this is what we've been working towards.
Yeah. I don't want people out at home to think we like set this up where, you make all these awesome gains and like this is the best thing ever, because there's some things that didn't get as much better as, and that you can work on. And some of them are from a swing point, mechanic point, and some of them could be a little bit with like adjustments, but I mean, overall, strength improved, speed improved, sequencing improved, the potential for you to create elastic power improved. You're feeling good, pain-free.
100%.
I mean, Mike Porro,
It's I'm interested to see because I got the new clubs.
That's true.
I got the new I got a new foundation to do some swinging with. So I gotta hit the range. I know that I gotta work on the feel of the new clubs and all that comes with getting new clubs, right? But then I also gotta get, this. We got some ideas in my mind now, so where I can work on sequencing and continue to work on that. I got some unknown strength that I didn't have now. So trying to figure out making sure that that as the club's coming faster, right, I need to work on my grip, work on my stance, work on ball placement, all that kind of stuff. So there's going to be a lot of work still that 100%. Needs to be done, but we've done a lot of work in here. And as I started with this, I'm not saying we got the David here, but this was one piece of marble, and Michelangelo did some good work over these 16 weeks.
The effort was you too. You showed up every week, achy, tired, and you put the work in. And it is nice to see it come and show again, just not by feel, because feel is great, but we can actually compare the data and see it. And
again, the TPI score going from 26 to 14. Is that my lowest?
I think it is.
I think.
And just visually, like, when you do it so often, and Rye, let's do the pelvic tilt and this and that, like, this was the most fluid it looked for you. Like we've done it in the past and you know what to do, but it just was difficult for you. You just were like, yep, let's do it. Boom, boom. I got it. So, and again, not that the screen tells everything, because I can have an athlete have a perfect score and has no idea how to play golf.
Right.
It's all relative.
For sure.
But just seeing you and your comfort level and really knowing like what we do, like what should feel like and shouldn't feel like, you're becoming a master at that. So,
well, I appreciate it. And like you were saying, it's good for me for the hard work. It is easy when you have a team, right? And coming here each week, talking through each week with you, obviously, like this has been a relationship that I genuinely cherish, and I look forward to coming here each week, and I look forward to getting out of the links with you.
Same here.
And maybe we'll keep running through the summer, through the spring.
I'm glad you bring that up. Not to keep going on and on, but listen, the work is not done. You're going to be playing golf. You're going to be sore. You're going to be living. You're going to be going on vacation. You're going to be driving. It's a continued effort. And the effort varies depending on, what you're feeling, what the goal is, but you're still going to do your mobility work that you got to do. We're still going to be working on strength. There's still power to be found in your legs. Again, with that comes having more power needed to sequence everything. You create a bigger engine. You need to have good tires and everything that goes along with it.
You can't buy a Ferrari and put, the 4 donuts on it.
Exactly. That's, one of my favorite sayings. You can buy a Ferrari and have the brakes of a Toyota. So
there you go. Well, brother, thank you so much. I really appreciate this.
Good job.
I love you.
I love you too, man.
You're the best.
You did great.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Should I do one last one?
Sure, let's do it. He's done those every week. I haven't put one in.
You cut him out every week. Hopefully there's a montage of all my roundhouses.